just a short while away till we have reached the Valley Baseball League season. The Winchester Royals gearing up for the 2026 campaign. I'm joined by manager Brian Burke in his second year as the head coach, but has been around for quite some time. It's good to see you. Happy opening week.
Yeah, we're excited to have the players in town. Looking forward to putting a good product out for our people here in Winchester.
I know still some more people you're waiting to report because it comes down to colleges, those exit interviews, who gets into the tournaments, NCAA Division 1, 2, and 3, what have you. But what have you seen early on? We were with each other most of yesterday and just seeing the players, some of the talent, some of the returners coming in. What's really excited you early on?
So I think we've got some excellent hitters. We have 26 guys in town right now, expecting 30 to 32 guys by Sunday. From what I was down in the bullpen with pitchers this evening, and I like what I see there from our pitchers. But our guys were hitting BP, and we're doing a little bit of IO work this evening, and there's a lot of talent on this team. So I'm excited to see how quickly we can gel, what we can produce on the field, how we execute things. I think we're in for a really, really good treat this summer.
You mentioned how quickly this team gels, and you have some returners, but just to the broad question here, games start Friday, then Saturday on the road, then home opener on Saturday. It's coming whether you all like it or not. How do you like that test for the coaching staff and the players? And how do you hope that they respond well to each other and just getting down to game action, because it's every night minus the off days, Mondays and Tuesdays?
Yeah, so what I'm preaching to them is to play for each other, and I think the quicker that they can start playing for each other and get 1% better has been kind of my motto this summer. Get 1% better with each day. Play for each other. Know why you're here. Nothing should change. Mindset should be the same. Effort, attitude should be the same as what they had for their coaches in the spring, their team in the spring. So, as long as we can continue on with that mindset, they're obviously here because they can play good baseball. So I'm not worried about the physical side. It's just how quickly they can come together in such a short period of time. Playing that exhibition game tomorrow night, we'll get a better feel for how some guys are pitching, how some guys are working well. Through the lineup, middle guys, how they work well there. So, it's a lot to learn in a short period of time. I've been around the league for long enough to know that, after 10 games, if you're sitting at that 500 mark, then you've got a good team that can compete in the end. That's not to say that if you're a couple games under 500, you can't compete and the season's over. But you're always looking for those signs to not be, too over anxious about anything in the early going, because again, these are guys that are trying to figure things out, adjust to the pitching. Again, they're coming from all levels, Division 1, 2, 3, junior colleges. So, they'll be tested some nights that maybe they're not used to seeing.
So, take us through briefly last year. What did you sort of learn your first year as manager of the Winchester Royals, and what are you taking into this year, maybe building upon from last year, if any?
Well, I think the guys know why they're here. So we're not doing anything but tweaking it, game to game type stuff. We're not here to change anything. What I learned is it's a long, grueling season. The reality of the situation has been that the guys you start with aren't the guys you necessarily are going to finish with. So it is a grind. We're hopeful and remain optimistic that the guys that we have here that are here today will be here July 18th when we finish up the regular season and head into the playoffs. The reality of the situation, it's a fluid situation, almost a revolving door, unfortunately. But things arise, injuries or portal or guys getting shut down unexpectedly as pitchers. So there's a lot of hurdles, a lot of obstacles that come. But we've got to figure out as a coaching staff how best to manage that.
Going your coaching staff, you assembled two coaches who seem to have a big knowledge of baseball when it comes to selecting the coaching staff, meeting them for the first time. Just what do you look for, and maybe from a staff standpoint, gelling together from that standpoint as well?
So I'm handling the pitching staff. So my assistants, AJ DeSaro and Cy Propes. And then AJ Labruciano, who's a former player from the 2025 team. All of these guys, AJ's already completed his grad assistantship, so he's been through it. From an assistant coach's standpoint, he's actually coached in a league down in South Carolina. Cy is just cutting his teeth. Obviously, both of these guys have great knowledge of the game. They've learned. They're quick to bring new things. They're both into analytics and understand that much better than this old guy does. So, a little bit of youth. I think players are going to relate very well to those guys being a little bit younger, closer in age. But they're not short in knowledge, which is amazing when you think of guys that are just kind of finishing up their own college careers, and to be able to give back to these guys who hope to play at the next level. If not, I'm sure there's guys out here that if they're not going to play at the next level, that they probably want to stay involved in coaching. It's a game that we've all grown up with. Labruciano coming back is very key. He was a team leader for us last year. He was a day one right to the bitter end. Labruciano's got it in his blood. I mean, his dad's a very accomplished Virginia high school baseball coach, and AJ's going to start his grad assistantship at Gardner-Webb, which is a very good Division II school. So, to bring a little bit of youth in, a little bit of, guys that can relate to players on their level a little bit better. I'm excited for them, just as we want to provide opportunities for our players. We want to provide opportunities for these two guys as they go through begin their coaching career essentially.
So, gearing up for the start of the season, how huge is it you get a scrimmage tomorrow night as we are taping this interview, and what are you looking to see from a scrimmage? Because battling out against another team, but the results really don't matter, if you will.
Yeah, so, what we're trying to do is just figure out roles, right? So, the pitching staff will roll, 9 guys out there. Everyone will get an inning tomorrow. We'll rotate the lineup, have some free substitution, that kind of thing. So it's a very relaxed atmosphere, but it also is an opportunity for us to see them in live competition, which, we didn't get to see during the spring. Now, Cy crossed paths with some of our Division II, being at Frostburg State, so he was able to cross paths with some of our players. AJ DeSaro did a great amount of work with, pulling up video of our roster. Just really did a great job analyzing things coming in, and also, touch base with those guys, hitters especially. They'll control the offense, those two guys, along with AJ Labruciano. When he comes in, I'll handle the pitching staff. I'll put my trust in those guys. We will collaborate. We'll make decisions together as far as who we're going to put out there each and every night.
And just overall, then after that, you get rolling. You get a road game against Strasburg, and then at home against Purcellville. Just getting the season just like that, and just from a scrimmage, and then you get one night off before you're into the season, and sort of a quick turnaround. What do you want to sort of preach to your guys after the results from the scrimmage to get set for another Valley League season?
Yeah, so we'll do some evaluating, which we are very transparent with everybody. We'll evaluate after tomorrow night and make some decisions. I told them even tonight not to read into any situation. It doesn't matter who's playing the first inning or who's playing the fifth inning. It doesn't mean anything is predetermined or set at this point. It is open competition. Everyone's going to get a great opportunity within those first 10 to 15 games of the season. And when it comes to crunch time, we'll go with the best 9 at that time. And, they'll have to play their way out of the lineup or just earn a day off at that point. But yeah, it's a wait and see. Thursday will after tomorrow, Thursday will provide a little more clear picture for what we have, where we need to improve, what we think our strengths are through competition. And we may not be able to judge that if a guy gets only 1 or 2 at bats, depending on how the game goes. But we have an idea. We'll have an idea. We'll have 2 practices under our belt. We'll have an exhibition game under our belt, and at least have an idea to, for sure throw 9 guys out there and compete. So that's really the goal this first weekend of baseball.
Have you looked into the Valley League this season, what teams and who they have? Or are you mainly focused on just Winchester and your group? I mean, just in terms of what you're seeing in the league in general.
Yeah, so honestly, I'm not digging that deep. Every roster changes from year to year. Yes, there are returning players, just like we have returning players here in Winchester. So you don't dive deep into it. Because every Valley League season is different. Everybody starts the same 0-0, and we all have the same goal in mind, and that's to make it to the championship and win it. So I don't get into it that much. Have I looked at rosters? Yes, I have. I'm not going to lie about that. There are some very good returning players around this league, and we have some of them.
Makeup of the schedule looks like only one South team, not a split home and away. If I'm correct, do you like that a little bit better, saving on the travel time, some away and some home?
Yeah, I mean it saves organizations money. So playing 3 teams on the road and getting 3 of the Southern Division teams at home is a good thing. I think the 36-game schedule, while maybe not everybody in the Valley likes that setup, hearing from the players during exit meetings here last summer, hearing from college coaches, these guys are coming off pretty big schedules, and adding another 42 like we have played traditionally gets a little wearing, gets a little taxing on these guys. I think the league's done a good thing. 36 games is a good place to look at things and evaluate and see if we want to keep it there or maybe we go back to it. I think this is a good year with a new commissioner, President Rick Furr. He's done a tremendous job supporting everyone in the Valley, but I can speak to me especially, the support he's given as a former Winchester Royal player on the original 1979 team. I really appreciate what Rick's done.
And commissioner, as you said, in Rick Furr, his first season as commissioner, I feel like somebody like that, from how great the Valley League is right now, who knows where it could go come next year and the year after with a guy like Rick Furr. And just to my question, what makes the Valley League so great? You always get great attendance, fun baseball, you're competing on the field, just from my point of view, on the field, but after the game, talking to players, seeing people, that's sort of the camaraderie that makes this league so special. What are your thoughts?
So, there's so much tradition, right? The league's been around forever. This organization's been around since 1979. In Winchester right now, we're starting to sprawl a little bit. It's starting to become a bigger community, and the Winchester Royals and the organization and the board is really working hard to try to expand people's knowledge that there's great baseball right here in town with summer collegiate baseball. The community has changed tremendously from the first time I came into Winchester with this particular organization in 2001. The community was much smaller. This is a growing community, and I've heard that It's the fastest growing community in Virginia right now. Frederick County is the fastest growing county in the state, which is similar to what we heard from about Loudoun County not too long ago. So people are moving out west. There's more subdivisions. There's more new people coming in here and living here. So we've got to do a good job about getting the word out that there's excellent baseball here. It's great tradition. And fill the stands. I mean, the sponsorship has been increased this year. Holly Rudolph has done a tremendous job landing some sponsors and allowing for people to get in free. But we just need, we need the people to come. We need people to come, give us a shot one night, take a look at the product that we're putting on the field, and bring the family back. This is all about family atmosphere. And I think that's important for this community. It's important for this day and age and the times that we're living in right now. There's not a whole lot of family stuff that's able to happen where you can just come in and just sit and relax and enjoy yourself in a great environment.
I can probably say for us both, we've been sort of immersed in baseball the past couple of days out here, just getting to know the team. Plus, got some high school games going on too, playing some playoffs and a regular season game earlier. Just a lot of baseball going on, and a lot of those people too. It's really cool to see just all the baseball round going on, and then the Valley League right around the corner.
Yeah, it's to have postseason play happening right now in the 4D region. Shenandoah picked up a big win today. Millbrook's here tomorrow at noon. With the current weather situation, the only turf in town, people are coming out here, and hopefully, with us making an appearance, rolling into the Shenandoah game as the Winchester Royals today. Hopefully people see that and will give back and come in and support these guys.
Tell me one reason, if somebody has never been out to a Royals game, why they should check the Royals out and see if they like it.
Well, if you love baseball and you've got it in your backyard, it makes no sense not to come. It's cheap. Entrance is cheap. We've got a lot of sponsored events. The first night is we got the sponsorship for the first night, so it's free admission. So even when you have to pay, you're coming in as a family probably for under $20. You're not going to get that anywhere else. You're going to get great competitive baseball. These guys this league is known for. The motto for this league is the gateway to the majors. You're going to see future Major League Baseball players somewhere during the course of the summer. And to be able to just come out 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes from your home and see quality baseball. And if you're a lover of the game, this is where you need to be this summer.
It's going to be a lot of fun. The Kirby on Sports podcast will have coverage of most of the Royals season. As always, it's a pleasure to be joined by the skip, Brian Burke, all season long. It's going to be a long one. Looking forward to it, and thank you for the time.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Josh.